Alrighty guys, good to have you back on another video of NieR Reincarnation, and today we have basically part 2 of the tower series. And now for quest 49 and quest 50 we're jumping back to the one loadout rules them all challenge, where we use one loadout, more specifically the weapons and the memoirs and companions and debris, and we only change the characters based on the requirements. So quest 49 requires us to have Noel and Gale here, so a spear and a one-hand sword user. Both of them are built as damage dealing units because Wind does have good EX weapons, okay? So we might as well use them. And the last unit here is Samasario, because why not? I pulled her. Very lucky pull. If you haven't watched that, go watch that as well. And with Gale and Sario on the team, there is actually no way we're gonna die here. So easy peasy lemon squeezy, we'll breeze through quest 49. Enjoy gameplay. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Having wind weapons against water is actually a very big advantage, as you should use them as well. So always use a strong affinity, so that is not a secret. But my point here is basically we don't really need the heal from the character skill of of Samasario, and we also don't really need the character skill of Gale most of the time. Of course, there are some circumstances where it's actually beneficial to do so in order to survive, you know, because some of the enemy skills, they hit pretty hard, but it's actually not that big of a deal, so to be fair. The second skill rotation there, we use Noel's skills first, and then we use the heal combined with the attacker buff. And yeah, I hoped that we were able to kill the enemy with 2 skill cycles, but we don't have enough damage, so I used Gale's character skill there, and we tank all the hits pretty easily. Okay, that is actually not a big deal. Okay, so on to wave 2 without any problem really. And we also have the skills of Noel, so we might as well use them. Deal some good damage here, and then back to the normal skill cycle. Yeah, we're using Gale here because there are a lot of skills incoming from the enemy. So if you have Gale, just use her as I did here, basically, because if you see a lot of skills queuing up for the enemy, or this slow skill there, you can tell by the loading time of the skill that something really big is going to happen. So either heal or use Gale's character skill before that to tank actually a lot of damage. Quick note here, the tanking is actually not enabled, so that was completely wrong what I told you there. She only gets the damage reduction effect on your team if she's using a water weapon, and since we now have the EX weapon of Gale, which is wind, we don't get the decreased damage incoming, but we still get the heal, for example, and the increased defense up. So there's that. She's still pretty good even with a non-water weapon, but of course she shines really when she's using a water weapon, because that 5 hits that get reduced by 50% damage, that is actually quite insane. Anyway, yeah, we also killed wave 2 pretty fast, which is basically the normal deal in this tower content. Wave 1 is like, yeah, it's okay-ish. Wave 2 is actually pretty quick, and wave 3 is very annoying most of the time. So we gotta pay attention a little bit when we deal with the enemies there. And as you can see, by the end of the fight, it actually got a little bit closer than because I didn't pay that much attention, and the skill that's queuing up right there actually hits pretty hard. Fortunately, I healed with Sario just before that skill, and as you can see, otherwise all of my units, they would be dead actually. So quick tap all the skills there, and yeah, fortunately the enemy didn't have that much HP left. So that was quest 49. As expected, not that difficult, but as you saw, pay attention to the last skill there because it can really wipe your party. So let's jump into quest 50. So for quest 50, we were required to have 2-hand sword user and a staff user, and our HP has to be above 80% when we beat the third enemy. So I thought about what to use basically, and since we already have a staff user, there is one character free, and I always like Theo there because in the tower content she's actually insane. She has the damage negating passive from water attacks, and her character skill caps quite easily. And then we use Summer 063Y here as well. I acquired him from the Mama Exciting Festival summon, and I might as well use him. With Saryu, the EX staff, and the bear, we have plenty of heal to get the required 80%, so that is actually not a big deal, and we have that covered as well. Since we have 2 damage dealers with ROD Theo and Summer 063Y, we can easily go for a 2 skill cycle beatdown, 2 skill cycle beatdown, 2 weapon skill beatdown, whatever you want to call that, for the first enemy. So that actually means we activate all of our skills and then we advance to wave 2 here. I thought I wouldn't have enough damage if I just use the same skill order here, so we queue up another the first companion skill, basically giving us more attack. We slow down the game speed there to actually get all of our skills queued up in time. And yeah, with the EX staff, we're already up to 5 stacks of attack. And now there is actually a very nice feature here in this video, and this is a demon tap. So look at our combo count, it is at 26, and we tap Theo's character skill immediately. We go up to 30, and as you saw, she caps 4 times, and we activate 063Y's character skill as well. And without further ado, we're already at wave 3 without any problem at all. We activate Saryu's character skill as well with a demon tap, so that was not that much damage, but we definitely need the heal there to survive. We activate our second companion here to keep up the attack stat, but unfortunately it just runs out right before we activated it. That's a bit unfortunate. Otherwise we would have more damage and probably be able to kill with the next skill duration. Not quite sure on that one, but yeah, so we are actually in a little bit of trouble. The HP is very low and we are basically not guaranteed to survive another skill, while after this keeping up the 80% HP at the end of the fight to get all the free objectives done. So we have to burst here and we have to actually pray that we have enough damage, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So yes, Theo comes in, and then yeah, like I said, she's awesome. Character skill caps so easily, and we're done. We're done with all the quests, we're done with all the objectives, and we can go smoothly into the new year with hopefully a lot of new content, with a lot of powerful units that will launch to New Year. So I'm excited to see what the developers will bring to the table for New Year's. Do you have any guesses who might as well get a costume there? Leave a comment down below. Other than that, leave a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, I wish you a nice rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.